Hey everyone, welcome to Daily News Analysis. Let's look at some of the important news of February 7. Five more judges have been sworn in as the Supreme Court judges, and now Supreme Court is short only two judges because, as you know, the sanctioned strength of the Supreme Court judges is 34. So we already have 32 judges now, and the Supreme Court got five new judges, increasing its judicial strength to 32. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, he read the oath of allegiance to the Constitution to Rajasthan High Court Chief Justice Pankaj Mithil, Patna High Court Chief Justice Sanjay Karol, Manipur High Court Chief Justice P.V. Sanjay Kumar, Patna High Court Judge Justice Asnanuddin Amanullah, and Allahabad High Court Judge Justice Manoj Mishra. So these are the five new judges we have in the Supreme Court now, and the Supreme Court Collegium proposed on January 31st to appoint Allahabad High Court Chief Justice Rajesh Bindal and Gujarat High Court Chief Justice Arvind Kumar. That is still pending. Well, if these appointments are made shortly, then the Chandrachud Court will, for the first time, function with full strength of its bench. For the first time, it has never been that all the 30. It has already never been the full bench. So, while many constitutional questions of law, bail matters, and important commercial cases are awaiting judicial attention, the appointments also come at a time when the court has been facing a barrage of verbal attack from the government and constitutional functionaries on the collegiate system. As you know, that Kiran Rijiju has been uh, saying that executives should also have a say in the appointment of judges, and also there were some disputes regarding recommendation of judges to the Supreme Court, and there were some reservations. There was an openly gay judge. There were judges who spoke against the government. So that verbal spat is going on. Amidst all that, this new appointments have happened. So Justice Mittal, let's know about our new judges. Justice Mittal was appointed Chief Justice of Rajasthan High Court on October 14, 2022 only. His parent High Court is Allahabad. He was born on 17th June 1961. Justice Karol was appointed the Chief Justice of Patna High Court on November 11, 2019. His parent High Court is Himachal Pradesh. He was born on August 23rd, 1961. Justice Kumar was appointed the Chief Justice of Manipur High Court on February 14, 2021. His parent High Court is Telangana. He was born on August 14, 1963. And Justice Amanullah was appointed judge of his parent Patna High Court on June 20, 2011. He was transferred to the Andhra Pradesh High Court in October 22. He was transferred back to the Patna High Court on June 2022. He was born on May 11, 1963. Justice Mishra has been a permanent judge of the Allahabad High Court since August 2013. He was born on 2nd June 1965. Supreme Court will hear a plea to annul lawyer's elevation as judge. So a lawyer has already been elevated to be a judge, but some new things have come out against the lawyer. So now the Supreme Court is considering annulling the elevation. So the collegium came to know about the developments concerning Victoria Gauri late. Only after recommending her for appointment to the Madras High Court, this has been said by Chief Justice Chandrachud. So there are certain developments which have taken place. The collegium has taken cognizance of what is drawn or came to our notice after we formulated our recommendations on the basis of the proposal of the Chief Justice of the High Court. So after the appointment has been made, now they are considering annulling it, cancelling it. So Chief Justice of India said in an open court that the Supreme Court Collegium was not in the know about certain developments concerning Advocate Victoria Gauri when it recommended her for appointment as a judge of the Madras High Court on January 17. The court listed for urgent hearing on Tuesday petition filed by a group of lawyers accusing her of hate speech against minorities. So, this lawyer, Victoria Gauri, was accused of hate speech against the minority, and new developments have come up according to which the elevation might be cancelled now. A bench of Justice Sanjeev Khanna and MM Sundaresh will hear the petition. However, the High Court has scheduled her swearing in at 10:35 a.m. The Chief Justice's statement and the urgent listing came shortly after Law Minister Kiran Rijiju tweeted a list of 13 names, including of Ms. Gauri, who have been cleared for appointment as judge of the High Courts. Supreme Court will ascertain if a woman is detained at home to prevent contact with her same-sex partner. So, as you know that you can file a writ of habeas corpus if someone is illegally detained. So, in this case, a girl in her 20s has been detained in her house, and Supreme Court will ascertain whether she has been detained to prevent contact with her same-sex partner. The partner has approached the court and filed a writ of habeas corpus to ascertain that. So the Supreme Court will decided to ascertain if a young woman in Kerala is being detained by her parents to avoid any contact with her same-sex partner, or whether she is simply staying at home of her own free will. A bench led by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud intervened when the partner G. Devu appealed to the Supreme Court. Ms. Devu said she and the other woman, both in their early 20s, were in a romantic relationship. She had moved the Kerala High Court in habeas corpus petition. The High Court, she said in a petition filed through advocates Sriram Parakkat and Vishnu Shankar, instead of ordering the parents to produce their daughter in court, had directed a district legal service authority officer to visit her home to determine whether or not the woman was actually under detention. Later on, High Court had suggested a few counseling sessions for the women. If you ignore hate crime, it will come on to you one day. Supreme Court has said. So it says that if you ignore hate crime, it will come on to you, and then innocent lives will be lost. A bench led by Justice K.M. Joseph said, while hearing the case of a 62-year-old Muslim man who was attacked with a screwdriver by a group of men in a running car in Noida in 2021. He further said that uh, if you have a climate which fosters hate, when you do not discourage it, when you kind of encourage it, then it becomes a very serious thing. And he said the solution to the problem of hate crime can be found only if the state acknowledges that there is a problem in the first place, be it minority or majority. There are certain things inherent in a human being. There has been an earthquake, so Turkey and Syria, over 2,600 people killed at Turkey and Syria under earthquakes. So this included a 7.5 magnitude tremor that jolted the region in the middle of search and rescue work on Monday. A major earthquake struck Turkey and Syria, killing more than 2,600 people and flattened thousands of buildings as rescuers dug with bare hands for survivors. Dozens of nations have pledged aid since the 7.8 magnitude quake, which hit as people were still sleeping and amid freezing weather that has hampered emergency efforts. Multi-story apartments buildings full of residents were among the 3,400 structures reduced to rubble in Turkey, while Syria announced dozens of collapses as well as damage to archaeological sites in Aleppo. The initial quake was followed by dozens of aftershocks. Delhi High Court says that they cannot direct Election Commission on simultaneous polls. There were requests that the Lok Sabha elections and the Legislative Assembly elections should happen at the same time, because that will reduce the cost of security, of management, administration, so many things. But the Delhi High Court says that we cannot do that. That's not in our power. We are not lawmakers. So the Delhi High Court has declined to entertain a plea seeking to ascertain the feasibility of conducting elections for Lok Sabha and Legislative Assemblies simultaneously in 2024. A bench of Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Subramaniam Prasad said courts cannot curtail the term of state assemblies. Advocate Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay in his plea had sought directions to the Centre and the Election Commission to consider conducting simultaneous elections to save money, reduce burden on security forces and public administration. Court said that it is the domain of Election Commission. We know our limitations. We are not the lawmakers. We had Grammy Awards, and Beyonce wins her 32nd Grammy Award. From India, Ricky Cage bags his third award, third Grammy. So pop queen Beyonce has reigned supreme of the Grammys, breaking the all-time record for wins with her 32nd prize and fourth of the night. But the album of the year prize slipped from her fingers, going instead to Brit Harry Styles. All of the top contenders, including Adele, Taylor Swift, Lizzo, went home with an award, but it was surprise after surprise in the top four categories. She climbed the all-time Grammy record by winning the prize for Best Dance Electronic Music Album of her smash Renaissance, thus surpassing the late classical conductor George Solti, who had 31 awards. Music composer Ricky Cage, based out of Bengaluru, has won his third Grammy Award for the album Divine Tides and dedicated the honor to his home country, India. That's all for right now. Thank you so much. See you in the next session with more set of news. Goodbye.